Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review The First Purge. Now, I've never seen any of the Purge films, and I'm like, I got an AMC A-list, so I could go see this movie, and it's a prequel, so I figured, why not? It's not like I need a bunch of other baggage. I get the understanding of what this is supposed to be. And honestly, this is a well put together B movie, and I got a lot out of it that I didn't expect. And this definitely felt like if this was the 70s or the 80s, John Carpenter probably would have made this film. And actually, I think The Purge would have been made up by John Carpenter. I could have seen him doing something like that. But Gerard McMurray, who puts this film together as the director, the story is it's like they're trying out The Purge for the first time on Staten Island, because why not? And I'm from New Jersey, and the reputation of Staten Island around here isn't the greatest, and it's kind of bad that it's like, hey, let's try it out on them. But this film is really dark and bleak, and it's brutal. It really gets brutal, and I think McMurray does a really good job of balancing that. And putting this film together, for the most part, I think was pretty well done. And Blumhouse is known for doing stuff like this with these smaller budgeted, high concept kind of ideas, and they really found something with The Purge. The action and the suspense is really well done, honestly. And how the camera work is done in those action sequences and how the suspension is built, I really appreciated this in this film. And I'm like, this works as a really good B action movie. And Kevin Lack's score and the other musical choices in this film, I think, really work. It really builds the character of this neighborhood and this culture that's being attacked, basically, in this film. And Anastas and Michos, who's the cinematographer for this film, this is really well shot. The lighting is done really well with shadows and everything. There's some really cool sequences in this film. I'm like, go you, because like I think Purge, I didn't expect like something so artfully put together, but to be perfectly honest, it's Blumhouse, so I don't know what the hell I was thinking. But interesting, this film is so thematic and ballsy, honestly, because if you like Donald Trump as President Trump and support him and his ideas on things, you will hate this movie. Because this movie is literally a punch in the face to the whole entire movement that led Donald Trump to be elected president. And this really takes a no holds barred look at like government going after the lower class and minorities and stuff like that and personally targeting them. And it's interesting where you learn what the true motivations for the Purge were, because it has an interesting balance of politics and actual psychology, and that's really captured in this. There's a new political party, the New Founding Fathers of America. It's not the Tea Party, whatever. And they have this politician, and then you have Marissa Tomei, who plays this psychologist, and they both have their motivations, and it's interesting looking at them colliding with each other. But really, well, Marissa Tomei does a nice job, but Yolande Noel and Lex Scott Davis do really good jobs as the lead characters in this film. I've never seen them in anything, and I think they were really well casted, and they did a really good job carrying this film. This film is unexpected. It goes into some crazy places. It's great B-movie work, and I really appreciated it. It does lag towards the beginning. It's a slow start. There's no purging going on for at least a decent chunk of this film. I don't think this film needed cheesy jump scares. I don't think any film needs cheesy jump scares. Use real horror. But I just think that this didn't fit this kind of film. It's like, why are there... I understand like the first one was like a horror home invasion thing, but I felt like this would have worked better as like an Escape from New York kind of B action thriller instead of like, hey, let's have some jump scares too, because why the hell not? And they're bad. And it is really on the nose with a lot of its themes. I criticized First Reformed for that a bit. This one's a little like really on the nose, but I give it points because it didn't pull punches. It might have been on the nose, but it was going right at like, hey, I'm really gonna go for this. And there's some lack of character depth where it's like you don't get super well connected with a lot of the characters, and there's some decent convenience ex machina crap going on in the script at certain points. And Jovan Wade, who plays the brother of Lex Scott Davis, I wasn't a huge fan of his work in this film. But overall, I think if you like brutal action B movie kind of stuff, this is a really well done example of that. This film's not for everybody, but if you do like the political context of this and looking for something thematic like that and an interesting look at today's society in terms of race relations, this was surprisingly well done for that. But this is really, I think, if you really enjoy those like B action movies, thriller kind of things, this is right up your alley. This is modern John Carpenter right here. So go check out The First Purge.